you're doing too much women. I mean, this is a women platform. We should do women. These women, this is their modern feminism. Women drinking and smoking. Why aren't women allowed to be flawed? Men have been doing this. We don't say, oh, this is modern masculine. There has been some incidents basically. One such incident is that without disclosing much details, I'm going to say is somebody pinpointed like, why you people are talking so much about, women related topics? Why is it necessary? I mean, why it is not necessary? Why do you think 2xtopia exists in the first place? Welcome everyone to 2x Talks in association with 2xtopia. This is me, Prachi. And I'm Shomali. So today we'll be talking about debunking feminism. Now there's this one guy in my comment section in my inbox, and he's repeatedly trying to hit on me. I have tried to say no to him, but I am scared of confrontation, so I haven't directly said no to him. It's just that I ignore his messages, and it's been a month or two since he's been monologuing in my inbox. Now, one day, I was talking with Shamali. I was like, I don't know what to do with regards to this. What am I supposed to say to this guy? Why is he not getting it? Simply me ignoring his messages. Why is that not enough? And then she said, what did she say? Just tell him that you're a feminist. Yeah. And we laughed. And it's not because it was funny. We laughed because it was painfully accurate. Like, when did feminism become such a wrong word? When did that become a red flag for women? Like, for men to look at women like, oh, she's a feminist. Oh, I hope you're not a feminist kind. Is what they say. Like, sir, what do you mean by that? And now this has been going on for a long time, and I thought that it was online, but it's not just online. Obviously. Now, ever since I've created this women-only platform, 2xtopia, and sometimes I host those meetups, I have realized that I see this hatred from men offline as well. I personally get some feedbacks. They're like, you're doing too much women. I mean, this is a women-only platform. We should do women. But they're like, oh, it seems you're too angry. You seem very angry feminist. It's just normal. See, there, and also the fact with regards to the meetups that we do. Obviously, we only do meetups for women, and the topics are women related, the one that affect women. And then later, I make a write up about it, a recap about it, and then I post it online. Now, that I post not just on our women platform, but on other platforms as well. And then men comment. One of the topic was, okay, let me not tell you the topic. Because what happened was, someone commented in this meetup that we were doing, they were like, oh, I hope you women don't, end up cheating on your husbands or something. And then another one was like, so what did you talk about your dating life? Is that what's affecting you all? Guess the topic of the meetup. You wanna guess? Which one was it? I think it was life lessons to my younger self. Seriously? Yes. How is this even relevant? Who says things like this? Oh my god. Like, as if people are so scared that if women would band together, would just be together in the same vicinity, they're up to no good. That's what they feel. No, I mean, I'm still in shock that was the topic. That was the topic. These kind of comments. I know. You must have thought it might have been the breakup topic, the ex topic. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Damn. It was like life lessons to my younger self was about regrets you have and what you would have told your younger self. Yeah. So they were like, oh, do you have issues with regards to your dating life and other shit? I'm like, and I don't even answer them. Some other woman usually answers. They're like, is that what you talk about? Is that what you are suffering from? That you think everyone's gonna just be concerned with their dating life all the time? Yeah. So yeah, that is how it has been. The thing that for such a normal, gentle, and very not so gender related, this can happen with anybody, the life lessons thing. For this topic, somebody is saying like you have issues with your exes or dating life issues. For that reason, you're discussing these things. It is such a stupid thing as well. Misunderstood. Yeah, and the feminism thing in general is too much misunderstood because
there's this thing like we should not take the F word. The F word is basically
Feminist. Don't
Yeah.
call yourself a feminist. they say.
So they use the term feminism as a slang which should be censored, which cannot be, talked about openly, because if you talk about it, then you are seriously somebody with some serious issues or problems. Because that's how feminism has been around, like circulating on the internet lately.
Mhm.
Not lately, I'll not say
It's
lately.
been from the beginning,
It's
I'd
been,
say.
it's from the beginning, and I hate to admit it that even some of the women, they also, put in some efforts, I must say, to make this thing more bad.
Yeah.
And that is what we are going to discuss today. It's
Yeah.
not just about men hating the feminist or feminism thing in general. We are also going to debunk the myths, and we are also going to talk properly about how some female women also misuse this thing, which should have been in our favor, like for our goodness only. So that is
And
what.
good thing you said that some women say that you should not say that you're a feminist.
Mhm.
Now that happened with me long, long ago. I made a dating profile and I wrote a huge bio and I wrote everything that I'm liberal, I am not religious, I'm atheist, this and that. These are my what good qualities or whatever.
everything.
And at the end, I'm a feminist. So a friend of mine was like, "Don't put that. You're not gonna get matches. If you're gonna do this and if you're gonna talk like this, you're not gonna get matches." I mean, that is the goal, right? A person should read my bio. If they like it, they should match with me. If my bio filters them out, it's doing its job.
I mean, just focus on the part. You mentioned a lot of things, like you're an atheist, you're a liberal person, you have this dislikes and likes. Nothing was bothering her. The thing which bothered her was feminism, a belief. I mean, that's how deeply the problem is rooted in. That is how people look at feminism. Like, this is something you should be afraid of, scared of, or maybe ashamed of. If you are a feminist, then you are somebody who is having very bright and loud personality. You have colored hair.
You have short hair.
You have short hair.
You have blue colored hair.
Yeah.
You are modern.
Yeah, you're
You
modern.
live in a metro city.
Exactly. And then you're full of
You
opinions.
work for a woman only platform. You're a woman.
You're a woman. In general, you're a woman, and
So you're wrong.
you're wrong.
You're a-
Exactly.
You're not a feminist. You're a angry, man-hating lesbian. That's what they think.
Ooh.
That's what they say. That's what they say about feminism. I mean, I'm not heard about it.
This is new.
No, I heard this. Oh, feminists are just angry, man-hating lesbians. I mean, we are sometimes angry. Not all of us are lesbians.
Yeah.
But we are just feminists.
I mean, if you just tell them you're just feminists, they will come up with their own, definition. So I think it's better if we start one by one, explaining them what exactly feminism is and how it deeply.
One stupid thing that I really, really hate is when women, most of the time it's women, who say, "I'm not a feminist, I am an equalist." And it would have been nice if this was spoken by a woman who was uneducated, too young, or lived in a place that had no opportunities for her, or if she was from a regressive society. But those are not the kind of women that I hear saying this. You know who says this most of the time? I've heard. Want to take a guess?
Educated ones, obviously.
No, even more. Bollywood actresses.
Wait, please tell me who was that.
So many of them. I don't want to say names because I don't want them to sue us or whatever for their stupidity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
So many of them be like, "I'm not a feminist, I'm like with this." Girl, what do you think it means? It's not, no, you, even if you got it, there's again another woman. Because it's not just one woman. So, what do you think feminism is? Feminism is equal rights and equal opportunities for women that men already have.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing more, nothing less. Yet somehow they think that when we ask for rights, they think it needs to be taken away from men and given to us, as if there's just a fixed number of rights. And you know why they might think like that? Because traditionally, historically, that is how power has been taken.
True.
Yeah,
correct.
And also, when you're used to privilege, equality feels like oppression. That is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
You want to take some time to.
I mean, no, this thing
Clear
like
goosebumps.
equality is like oppression. That is so correct. I mean, when you are in power for so long and you are seeing somebody who you have oppressed for these many years and centuries, they are finally starting to speak for the rights. Then you start getting scared and oh my god.
Absolutely.
They are starting to have some brains. They know how to use their brains
I mean,
now.
there's a reason why the 33% reservation for women is not being passed yet. It's just 33%.
Just 30.
We didn't ask for 50. We should.
I mean, we should.
This reminds me of okay. So there's Supreme Court in USA. They have 9 seats for the Supreme Court judges. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was one of the female Supreme Court judge. She was asked how many women are enough in the Supreme Court collegium would be enough for you. She said 9.
Oh, damn.
That's when it would be enough for me, because there have been 9 male judges throughout history. No one batted an eye. So yes, I want 9 women on all the seats. I mean, we are not saying just give us everything, but just think about this. It has been men always, everywhere, throughout. You didn't bat an eye. But somehow, if we were to say, give us 50%, you're scared because you think it's gonna be 100%. But we've been dealing with that.
I mean, we are not even asking for everything. Like, give us your every right. We are not here to take your rights away from you. Nobody is doing that, and feminism does not stand for it. And the worst part is that so many people think feminism only benefits women. It does not. Feminism, just because there is the term feminine in it, it doesn't mean it's catering just for the women. It is also for the men out there who are being oppressed by patriarchy. That needs to be understood well to understand what real feminism actually is. And also, I shouldn't use the term real here. I just simply use feminism here, because if you start describing feminism, there are multiple such variations and all. We are here, we are talking on this topic, you are listening to us talk on this topic just to make you people understand that how some of the definitions are twisted, turned, and deeply, put against the whole concept of feminism. When you said about the 9 women thing, just imagine 9 men sitting there, nobody had an issue. But the moment when this lady told that, okay, 9 women, this became a headline that we are discussing about. Why?
Yeah.
There must be some reason behind it, right? And that is what why feminism is important. So, yeah, that is it.
Absolutely. And see, feminism is about equal rights, like you said. It's not about maybe taking your rights. So why are you so scared about it? And you were right when you said that it's also for men. I mean, it's not also for men. It's just a fight against patriarchy. That's it. Now, patriarchy benefits men most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it affects men as well, but mostly it benefits men. Now, simply because patriarchy is misogyny and oppression of women, and feminism is a tool to dismantle patriarchy, it doesn't mean that feminism is going to advocate for misandry or oppression of men. Now, that is something that you have to let go of. Another thing is that when you talk about equality, okay, there's a thing called equity. There was let me give an example in a visual manner.
Sure. What do you want?
No.
Okay.
Imagine. Okay, there's a wall, 3 people, and they want to see beyond that. And there are blocks. You give them a square block to stand on. Now, there's a very short person and a very tall person. And there's only, like, let's say, 4 blocks. So the taller person is gonna need less blocks. The shorter person is gonna need more blocks, so that they all come at the same height and watch. And then now they are at equal level, right?
Correct.
But the resources that you provided were more for one person and less for other. But the end goal was equality. That is what equity is. So sometimes women would be given more rights. That doesn't mean that they are privileged, because they are inherently disadvantaged.
Yeah.
So sometimes when there is a reservation for women, and there's this diversity hire you have. And I have seen men complaining online that, oh, my campus hired women because that company needed women. So she was so stupid, they hired her.
Oh, yeah.
Bruh, I mean, you get all the seats most of the time. It's just one woman. Even if she was hired, you have to understand. Sometimes it might feel that women are given more rights, but that even then, she's not going to reach at the same level as you.
Correct.
So that is what it is. That is not privilege. I mean, you have the privilege. We are not getting it. We are just getting at the same level.
Mm.
That is what it is.
And the thing that some of them are really afraid of women getting opportunities and just to be, stand equal to what level some of them are. By some of them, I'm specifically mentioning to some of the men out there. It is very, I think it shouldn't be like that. Because when you are getting an opportunity, we are not here out in the internet crying for rights, feminism in general, like, oh my god, we want all of the men to be below us. We want the men to be removed from the powerful positions and only women should be there. We are not asking for that. All we are asking is for some equal opportunity, equal number of seats, equal number of campus placements. And what if she's stupid? Maybe she will learn. Nobody should judge anybody just because you think you're superior to
So
someone else.
what makes you think she's stupid?
Yeah.
Just because she's a woman, you think she was stupid?
Yeah, and also one more thing, Prachi, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if I have faced this actually, when during campus placements, I have seen these things, this discrimination a lot, and this thing comes from men, boys especially, who think they're too privileged that only they have the right to explore their career path and only they have the right to get into big companies. If a woman somehow, somehow not, I'll say, because of her hard work is getting into some company where no boy is getting in or did not get a chance to, they will label her with names. Like, oh my god, she did something, that is why she got into the placement. She did some kind of
Oh, she slept with the boss.
Yes.
Slept to the top.
to
How
be
come-
very precise.
How come that term is never applied to men?
Obviously, I mean, we can do that because the men are and all the time they're only getting promoted, or maybe getting promotions much fast than a woman does, right? So we
Obviously.
can use those things. We don't because we know it takes brains to beat the system, but you don't have the brains, and you just shut your brains down when you see a woman is succeeding in her life. I mean, how does it make sense? I mean, make it make sense because it never made sense to me.
There are times when women sometimes perform. Obviously, there are less women really doing that, sadly. So there are news like the first woman to do XYZ. Okay. So I think it was something related to NASA or something. First woman to, I don't know, whatever, did something. And the comment section would be like, I hope she has the right qualifications. You wouldn't say the same about a man, ever. Then why about a woman? Why does a woman need to prove herself?
Yeah.
Every time she is at a position that you think she shouldn't be at, she is performing well for herself. Why do you always question her qualities? Because you never saw this with regards to other men. And another thing, okay, this fake feminism, pseudo feminism. Okay, sometimes you see a woman smoking or drinking, and there are, I'm talking online mostly because not just offline, but take it either. The men would be like, oh, these women, this is their modern feminism, women drinking and smoking. Why aren't women allowed to be flawed? Men have been doing this. We don't say, oh, this is modern masculine.
I mean, these men are the men who will be smoking by themselves and then passing the comments to the woman who's standing next to them and smoking. So that's the thing.
Yeah. And another thing, sometimes a woman from a small village, she performs well, gets medals and all. This is something I've seen mostly. I'm talking about Indian men because they're a special category of men. So women earn medals. Again, the comment section. This is what real feminism is. Not you wearing jeans and colored hair and this and that. Why? We never said anything. When you guys are at top, when you guys are flawed, or when you guys are achieving something, we never say anything like that. So why aren't women allowed to be flawed? Why aren't women given the individuality to express themselves?
Yeah.
Why is it that when one woman does something wrong, that entire gender gets blamed?
Yeah.
Feminism gets called cancer, and it's said that feminism has ruined society, that it needs to be removed. You want to remove equal rights from women because one woman did something wrong.
Correct.
Why?
They cannot answer this why, because this question is baseless, pointless, absolutely meaningless at this point. And as you said, like whenever somebody, like two class things you have mentioned, one who is from a village side and the other woman is maybe from the metro city side. In both the cases, men believe that we need their validation. Well, sir, we don't. We are not here to get validated by what you have to say. We are here to do our stuff. We are here to fight for our rights, which is right, and we are here to fight for the wrongs, which is absolutely wrong. And even you are aware of it. I mean, the men who are just being the keyboard warrior and typing all those things, sitting at home, I mean, even if you're at work, whatever you are doing, but you ultimately you are being a keyboard over here. So do better. I mean, do better. We are not here to get validated by you people or maybe by other women who think that we need validation from anybody else. The thing is that feminism has, just like Prachi said, feminism is as compared with with cancer. Like it is so bad for somebody to practice or to believe in feminism that it is close like a near-death experience. That is not true. Because see, at this point, the reason why me and Prachi are talking on this topic is because of feminism. Because if you think feminism is a modern day concept, it is so very wrong. This has been in practice since before even these keyboard warriors were born. And they think that this has been like just for some movies, we got inspired by movies, influenced by movies. Well, first of all, I believe that we prefer to get influenced by the good movies, where movies it shows equality, equity, and how to talk for what is wrong and how to talk against what is right. Sorry, I said the opposite thing. So basically, what talk for the right thing and talk against the wrong thing. That's what we get influenced by. Now, yes, there are certain movies where we might get influenced to dye our hair deep, bright red or blue, or maybe have a septum piercing, or fill our ears with piercing. So what? That doesn't make us any less of a human. And if you think those qualities only describe a feminist, then please get yourself checked.
Also, if you hear a woman saying, I hate all men need to die, she's not a feminist.
Yeah,
That's
she's not.
plain misandry.
Hmm.
Do not confuse misandry with feminism. We might be angry, of course we are, but we are not angry at men, we are angry at patriarchy.
Hmm.
Now, if you are an upholder of patriarchy, we are angry at you.
Yeah.
Now, you being a man has nothing to do with that. You get my point?
Yes.
So, don't say that. We are not.
These
Hating
two are,
you.
yeah, these two are
That's
completely
not feminism.
Yeah, different species. So what she said, what she described, these are completely different species. Even when there is a discussion about when we say like some of them are like "Ki, all men are trash, all men are dogs," we are against it. Like I mean, true feminists are will obviously be against this statement because it was always about eliminating this kind of comparisons from the society in the first place. So if you spot somebody, a woman specifically, saying all these things and trying to act like a feminist, don't believe her. And don't compare her with what actually feminism is.
And I like how you said not all men thing, because here's the thing. If men are usually the first one to say not all men, not all men. But when it's their own daughter and she's going outside, they're gonna tell her it's all men, be safe.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you?
that is what. I mean, not just the men, even the women will be like, don't step out to their daughters or their sisters or maybe their, just their friends. Like, don't step out late at night because of what? Dogs? No, because of a certain thing, certain gender, right? So obviously we are not targeting everyone out here. We are targeting the people who prefer to, just like she said, uphold the thing patriarchy teaches you, which is suppress women, oppress them, step above them so that you can reach to heights that is not needed for reaching new heights. You can obviously walk shoulder to shoulder with a woman who share the same values as you do, a girl who knows how to respect you just the way you respect her, and see what magical things life has offered for you. Hate is such a heavy thing, a heavy emotion, that and it is also easy, it is very easily accessible. Anything happens, we get agitated because of the lifestyles or how we have been taught about certain things, and suddenly we hate everybody because of one simple thing. For example, uh, the dog cases which happens, okay, like one dog bites, maybe there are out of 10 there are maybe 5 rabid dogs, okay. Now all of the rest of the 5 healthy dogs, even they are targeted. That is wrong. We fight against it, right? So that's how exactly feminism is, as it is. We are against those men and women, we are against dating women as well, who try to spread hate, who try to uphold patriarchy, who try to demean the other gender just because they find it correct. That is not what feminism is.
Also, something that I think feminism might lack sometimes is that a lot of the time we do say men do this, men do that. We do not specify that we are not talking about all men, because we know we are not talking about
Yeah.
all men. It's about majority of the men, and also the fact that even if it's not all men, there is no way in hell that I'm gonna go out at night around 3 a.m. or something, and if I see a group of men outside, I'm not gonna feel comfortable. And that doesn't mean that I think all men are rapists, but I'm gonna treat everyone as a potential rapist and not step out and take care of my safety. You get my point?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of the time our sentences would say men this, men that. But we do not mean all men, and you have to understand that. And a lot of the time, I've seen whenever we do this, men end up saying, "Oh, women do this, all women, all women." But they mean it. You mean it, because that is how it has been
Yes.
going on throughout centuries. And you are not getting our point. And you obviously are saying this because you hate us,
Yeah.
and because you do not understand the nuance between not all men.
True.
the
That
thing.
is true.
Another thing I kind of think we lack is like as feminists. See, obviously, it is about giving equal rights to women and equal opportunities. So we are gonna focus more on women getting those rights. So sometimes men also suffer. I agree. Men can suffer from women, like be it abuse, any kind of abuse. They can suffer from women. They may even get murdered by women. Now here's the thing: that thing happens less, much less compared to what happens to women. That let's get that out of the system here. The percentage of women suffering from men is way higher than men suffering, but that doesn't mean that men don't suffer. But when such a thing happens and you see that online, usually we won't be commenting on that as much, right? Now, why do we not do that? Because if we do, then it comes back to us.
Yeah.
We are called bad words. So rather not engage, rather than supporting or not supporting, it's better to just not say anything. And then they call us out. They're like, "Oh, feminists are not gonna say anything about this."
Correct.
But then, something bad happened to a man. Why is it your first thought about
that
a feminist is not gonna say anything? What are you doing? It's your fellow gender. What are you doing? So yeah, it's true. I wouldn't comment on a men related issue like that because I don't want the hatred and I do not want to derail the conversation either. But that by no means means that I support whatever is happening with regards to men. I mean, wrong things are wrong, right things are right, and I'm for rights.
Correct.
All thing that is right.
Correct.
Simple as that. So I guess that is where feminism might lack. And another the problem with feminism is we do not have intersectional feminism yet, I think, in our current society, at least in Indian society. Indian society being, riddled with its caste and communities and religion and, women living in cities, women living in villages. Usually, when women talk about feminism, they sometimes their feminism might only include women who look like them, talk like them, behave like them. That should not be the case. So that's where I think we sometimes might lack.
Correct.
So we have to take everyone into consideration. Another thing is, feminism gives women the right to choose what they want. Okay. Now, obviously, when we say we want rights and all, we are gonna be a working woman, right? We expect to go out, we expect to work. Now, some women would choose not to.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they are not a feminist. If a woman chooses to be a housewife, it's her choice.
Yes.
If she forces other women to be a housewife, if she looks down upon women who are working, saying, "Oh, you don't spend time with your child," that's not a feminist. That's a pick me. So that is something I want to get out as well.
Correct. This is true that feminism is for everyone. If somebody like us who is, choosing work over anything else, feminism is for us as well, or maybe for my friends or her friends or people we know who have chose, their family over work. Feminism is for them as well because that is what the power feminism gives us, the power to choose, which we lack for very small things which men might not lack. And that is why when Prachi mentioned, feminism benefits women more as compared to men in some ways or the other. These are the ways. We are not talking about very high level thing or very technical level thing where we are dragging them down or we are going up them above them because there are some rights which we really want to capture. No, this basic thing, the freedom to choose of what we really want to do, how we really want to be. That's all. That's what feminism is. So and also one thing is there. Sometimes I also believe the fact, like which what she mentioned right now, that there are some women out there who belong from a certain say, let's say, caste or maybe class of the society. They believe that if they are a feminist, they believe that the woman who is, performing well online, or maybe who is doing well in their work life, or maybe just being a housewife is their main goal. They look down on them just because they don't look like them, or they don't belong from that particular, section of the society. Now that is also a pick me, like she said, because that is what feminism is. If you have the power, if you have a voice, if you have, the privilege to voice out your opinions out in the loud, in the public, using social media, use it for the good. You're not here being a woman, you're not here to drag another woman down just because you think she is not fitting in a category of your perception. That is not how it should be. So, yeah.
Okay. I want to talk about performative feminism
Hmm.
that some men do. Something bad happens with women, and then some men in the comment section like, "I'm ashamed of my entire gender."
Yeah.
And then in your real life, your male friend is hitting on a woman persistently. He's catcalling a woman. You don't say shit.
Hmm.
That's not you being a feminist. You're just performing online for the world to do. Oh, I want to tell you something. Who left? Somebody, whatever. You know, we use Reddit for promotion and all. And now a lot of the time I get creepy DMs, outright creepy DMs. Telling do I have to explain what kind of creepy DMs I get?
I guess not.
Okay. Now one person was trying to hit on me, and he's like, "So, what are your thoughts on feminism? What do you like to talk about it?" Who opens a conversation like that?
Yeah.
And I knew for a fact that this person just wants to get into my DM and knows that this is something that would make me talk. I did not talk because I know you do not really want to learn about feminism. I mean, if you wanted, you could just read about it. You could comment publicly on posts. You don't have to get in my DMs because he knew this is what is going to break me and, open my DMs for him. I didn't. I don't open any DMs unless it's important and it's more than 5.
Yeah, the thing that he used feminism shows like how they use the thing feminism to start conversation, end conversation, ruin lives, make lives, everything. One single thing, one single belief holds this much power. I mean, insane. It is literally insane. And the thing which Prachi mentioned right now, like they're a performative feminist. I mean, ask yourself if you are one of those. Maybe you're or you are not, but ask yourself when was the last time when you heard your boyfriends, matlab, a friend group basically, not your boyfriend, your friends group, when they started catcalling somebody or they made a silly joke about someone's character right in front of you, and you stood up, for her, for a girl you don't even know about. When was the last time you did that? If you did that, then yes, you are a true feminist. But if you laughed with them, or maybe you simply ignored them, then you are not.
You're part of the system.
You are part of the system. Because if you think just because I ignored, I'm sorry, just because I ignored the conversation, I did not react, I did not laugh, I did not, got even angry, I am the saint here. You're not. You're just being a part of it silently. That's it. Yeah, you were saying something.
I forgot. That point is gone now. It was related to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, why do you think, Shamali, women reject feminism? Because some women do. Some stupid women do. Why? One, because they're stupid. Okay. I think is mostly most women don't know about it.
Yeah.
The woman who is not in support of feminism might not know what feminism is. That is one section. Other is she benefits from the existing system. I don't know say names. There is this Bollywood actress. Calling her actress would be, bad.
Yeah.
For the word actress, it's an insult to the word actress. But she proudly claims that I'm not a feminist. Why? Because the male gaze is what gives her success. Her entire career is built upon sexualizing her body. Do you know who I'm talking about? You can speak in my ear if you have realized who I'm talking about. Yes, it's her. So that woman.
That is.
So yeah. So some women they do benefit from it. Then there are women who believe that I got mine, you take yours. That mentality, which means they got their success. They stood upon the fruits of feminism. They got their thing, they got
Acha.
successful. Now they pulled the ladder behind themselves so that other women do not get the same.
That is
Now,
yeah, correct.
yeah. Now, this is not just related to feminism. This is general human quality. I feel and this goes to any kind of minority. You will see some minorities hating their minority,
Yeah.
but they themselves are at a top position. Again, I don't want to say name, but I'll just generalize one person. It's a trans woman who is a conservative. Okay, an American trans woman who is conservative by her political leaning. She came out very late in her life, and she got all the fruits of the liberal things there. And now she is like, trans women are bad. Like, yeah, she says that. Why do they need to transition? Why do they need anything in life? And 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 she is for the conservative party in USA, which is obviously very anti-trans. So the fact that she is for that party shows everything. And she's very rich. Again, I'm not sure if do you know? I don't think you would know about it. Some people, if you're aware of US culture, they know about it. So that's what I'm saying. These are the people. So this quality of getting your success and just pulling up the ladder behind you is prevalent among most people. That's a very filthy human quality, I'll say. So that is also, I think, one of the reasons why some women might reject feminism. Then I think other kind of women are someone are truly brainwashed. And I've seen one video of this Rajasthani woman in a very typical attire. She's in a podcast and she's talking about why do women need to study? These women study and then they forget about our tradition and our culture, and they need to marry young. And then why does she have to earn money? Once she starts earning money, she's gonna start speaking up against her husband. She's gonna ask for more things. A woman should behave like a woman. And she's saying all that, and the music behind is a very sappy music, as if, oh my god,
Inspiration.
it's gospel. So, yeah, I can truly say that she was brainwashed. And for women like this, I want to say, if you truly believe that, get back in the kitchen. Why are you on this podcast? Why are you speaking? Why are you coming out and speaking your thoughts? Why the fact that you're able to say all these thoughts is because feminism gave you the right. Feminism gave you the stage. That's why you're out there. They don't even realize the hypocrisy of such women. Honestly, okay, I know that most of the time misogynists are men, most of the time patriarchy upholders are men, and it's less women. And yet, anytime a woman does that, I actually hate those women more than I hate a man when they do that. Like I hold women to a higher standard. I'll say that when it comes to feminism, and when they do not behave that way, I am more hurt, and I hate them more than I would hate a man, because at least a man has an excuse. He's getting the benefit out of it.
Oh. Yeah.
Sorry for that, but I have seen women like that, hate women like that, who says, I'm not gonna call myself a feminist. Freaking read what feminism means.
True.
Always trying to be a pick me.
And yeah, the thing that when we started with the podcast, okay, when we initially started with the topics and all, so there has been some incidents basically. One such incident is that, without disclosing much details, I'm going to say is somebody pinpointed like, why you people are talking so much about women related topics? Why is it necessary? And why it is not necessary? Why do you think 2xtopia exists in the first place?
What do you think 2xtopia means?
Yeah, why do you think?
Tell us in the comment section.
Yeah, I mean, why do you think women only space online, a safe space online, is needed? And the fact that that thing came out of a woman literally made me angry. Prachi tried to calm me down, but I had just one question in mind and even asked her, like, she is a woman, how can she say so? Because I am pretty much sure she's not that much, just she was born and she got all the rights. No, nothing like that. Somebody in the past, maybe her mom, maybe her grandma, maybe her aunt, maybe her elder sister, whoever, a woman, maybe a strange woman, fought for her so that she could opinion like this, she could pass opinions, she could voice out her opinions like this. And then our topics, if you see, they are mostly with related to women, because why not? We are here to talk for the women. We are women, so it's basically for women by women. So we will talk about these topics and we will keep talking about these topics. And if you really have issues with that, then help yourself. I mean, just like she said, like read. Why do we need to talk about these things, and why do you think feminism exists? There's history, there's literal books, sections in history books about it. So read about it. It's not like we are talking about it just to gain some views, attention. No, it's not about that. We talk about these things on our daily, everyday life as well. And if you still think after listening to the whole thing of till now, whatever we have talked on, like if you still think that feminism is not needed or it is just another trend going on these modern days, get yourself checked, please. Because you really need it. You really need some treatment up here. That is needed. So yeah.
There are 2 points
Mm.
with regards to what is said.
Mm.
One was since I was talking about which kind of women uphold this misogyny and this patriarchy. One I missed was women who are hurt women hurt women.
Correct.
Yeah.
I feel bad for
This
them.
generational trauma
Mm.
goes from mother-in-law to daughter-in-law. That I suffered, so she needs to suffer. It's time for you to take the trauma.
Correct.
Just because you suffer doesn't mean you have to give it back. Maybe if by loving your daughter-in-law you will heal your own traumas. But it's
never
easy.
know.
It's always easy to hate, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what I
we-
said.
Yeah.
Hate is so easily accessible. Try to love. Try to be a bit.
Love heals.
Yeah, love heals, exactly.
And another was why women-only spaces are necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Women-only spaces are necessary because women feel more comfortable sharing their inner thoughts, their traumas, their insecurity with other women, even if you don't know them. You know why? Because I know that if I do that, one, she'll understand me, she'll relate with me. Second, she's not gonna hit on me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Even if she's a lesbian, let
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
even if she's a lesbian or bisexual, that woman will not hit on another woman just because she's being vulnerable in front of
trauma
another,
dumping.
in front of another woman. That is what.
I used to live in a ladies' KG when I first came here in Bangalore. I was very young, and so I was in a boot camp of mixed gender people and the ladies' PG of ladies. So I was in the boot camp, and this guy is trying to hit on me, and he's like, "Oh, your coding skills are really great." And I was like, "I just started. It sucks. If you had to find something to talk about, choose something that I can believe." I didn't say all of that. That's just what I thought.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, I was like, okay. So, and then I would ignore him because I could tell he's interested. See, initially, I could have talked with that guy regarding, what coding is, what new technologies are. I could have learned from him. But then he hit on me. And then in the PG, I remember first 2 weeks was fine, and then this new woman joined. She was a married woman or something, and we used to eat together in the cafeteria. And then we started talking, and every time we would talk about something nice, something random. And there was this age difference as well. And I used to love those conversations because I didn't know this women before, and now we just found each other sitting and eating, and we are randomly talking, and every day we do that. And I love that conversation, and she's not going to hit on me, not because she was married or because she was raised, but this both things happened at the same time. That women and me having such nice conversations, learning from each other, and that man in my boot camp with whom I couldn't say more than hi or show any more interest because that guy's gonna hit on me, which he did, and I had to totally avoid him. So that is the thing. That is why women only spaces are necessary. Also, more women out there makes you feel more safe. Somewhere I read that women today only I read that late nights are unsafe for women. That is a truth. But more women need to get out there, and that is how you're gonna make those situations less unsafe for women if women don't get out. And that is true. I think there was this vlog I saw long ago. This woman was traveling across countries. Don't want to name the country. One of the country was us. And so she was traveling and she's like, men. And then I was scared and suddenly now I could see women right towards the India side. I do talk good about India in case you are sure. So she was like, it felt nicer suddenly that I see more women just in public. Doesn't matter. So that's why women only spaces are necessary. Another thing was during this meetup I was doing, I think it was about X meetup. We were talking about our exes, our heartbreaks and all. And I'm not going to share exactly, obviously, what we talked about. And I realized during that time, I realized if there was a man in this group, this woman would not have felt comfortable sharing her trauma at all. But she was comfortable sharing it with other women she has never met in her life. That is why women only spaces are required.
Correct.
And that is what we are trying to create with 2x2p and with feminism. So that is just what feminism is. So yeah. You have a ending statement? You wanna give an ending
I
statement?
don't have any ending statement because this feminism thing has no start or no end. Because
That is a good ending statement.
yeah, I mean, it should stay with us. Because without it, the way we are speaking here or the way we are trying to help other women out there, if it just ended like that, it will not happen in the future as well. This just I have just one suggestion to the people out there who's listening to this podcast. Maybe try to reflect on your actions once, because why do we have to claim for the very general things which are easily accessible to the other gender, like walking late night, 3 a.m. walks, you will go anytime your friend calls for help, or maybe just for meeting outside because your household is feeling claustrophobic to you because of certain reasons. Can we do that? No, right? We are afraid of for something. What is that thing? Reflect on that. I mean, just think about it. Why do we need feminism at all? If you think this should not exist, then I'll ask you again, just go to the doctor and check this. So, that's it for mine.
And that was a closing statement. Yeah. We'll see you next month, last Wednesday of June. Till then, just check out all our podcasts. Check out 2xtopia, TWOX, TWOX.in, 2x.in.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all.
Bye.